We're doing a thing.
Welcome to the Between Two Wheels podcast, where we talk about all things on Between Two Wheels.
That's it. That's all you got.
That was Ken fucked me up.
Oh, okay. It's Ken's fault.
Blame it on Ken.
I'm your host, Johnny Roblox, and with me today, my two lovely co-hosts. Uncle, I just cooked bacon for the first time, Ken, and Justin. I don't fucking know. I don't have shit. Bird. And luckily luckily we have joining us tonight, Mr. John Maxwell. Welcome.
What is up?
I love how John is the guest and he sounds better than the host.
Right?
Call the man out just like that right off the rip.
Well, did you see the shit that he posted about the perfect job?
Oh, yeah. Did you see that one, Maxwell?
No, what's that?
It was like a dozen of like Harley baggers on like a flatbed being towed by like a Dodge Dually. And I put it up with the caption. It said, Roblox saying, the perfect job doesn't exist. Gets to drive a Dodge and tow multiple Harleys. Sign me up. Oh yeah, there it is. Ken's got it. Sort of. Kind
nice.
Yep. Just dream job right there, man.
Yep.
You know something? At least it gets me outside and moving around, sort of.
Moving from your couch to the truck seat.
Yeah. When you think of prime body candidates, truck drivers are what comes to your mind, right? They're always in the best of shape.
This dick here. I have the tiniest beard. I do.
And the grayest.
Accurate.
Yeah, it looks fake.
By a lot. Looks like you were cleaning the fireplace and coughed.
It's just a calico beard. That's all it is.
Well, you know that they say 97% of calicos are female, so it's got pussy hair strapped all up in there.
So, the big topic of, what will be 2020, COVID-19. John, how are you holding up?
Good. Business as usual for the most part. You know, working on bikes, hanging out the house. There isn't really anything else to do, but at least I'm still working, so I'll take it.
Well, and you don't have to worry about really any kind of social distancing. I mean, you're in your work bay around all the same freaking people who are in their bays.
Yeah, for the most part, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely different than the motor clothes girls and the parts guys and the sales guys. You know, sales guys are like little germ traps now, talking to everybody.
Stay back.
Yeah.
Ken, how are you holding up?
I'm doing great. I got my whiskey. I just smoked 10 pounds of bacon.
Oh God!
Trying
that statement could have gone.
Yeah, I was what did you smoke?
That'd be a lot, man.
He was really excited to answer that. I was like,
I just smoked 10 pounds. What?
Yeah.
That would be so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all perspective, really, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have our first question. John, how is your coworker doing?
Yeah, I'm glad you saw that because I was going to interrupt you guys and answer that. He's doing good. I talk to him pretty much every day. But yeah, his spirits are really good, all things considered. And, recovery's going as good as recovery can go. He does have his own YouTube channel, though, so I actually try not to talk too much about him so I don't spoil his next video. So think he's been uploading on Sundays, so you can check him out at
You backed yourself into that corner, bud.
Yeah, he didn't. I told him what to do. I told him to do like just your name, youtube.com/your name, but he didn't. Paretable, I think, is what he went with. But either way, it's Clay Perret on YouTube. So you can find him. Instagram page, YouTube channel, and Facebook. Because if you're serious, you've got to have all your stuff linked up, you know? So like what he's been doing is laid up, like setting himself up for something to do all day. But yeah, he's good.
Justin, any change for you?
No, not really. Played around with the welder a little bit last week, and we'll hopefully get to play around a little bit this week. But no, nothing crazy. Went and rode dirt bikes this weekend. You were there. And that's about all I've done since the last time we were live.
Yeah. So tell me, did my Rex end up in a video?
No.
Okay.
Oh man.
Well, they weren't even good enough to put on a video. That was
Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad. Like,
you know, so dropping his bike in the parking lot.
Or like
It's basically that, just on dirt. So imagine Brad dropping a bike, but it being a dirt bike and it going into sand. And then Roblox going,
old man noises.
Yeah, I wasn't recording the audio. If I was recording the audio, I probably would have put it in just for the. He like went over and then it was like silence. I'm like, "You good, bud?" I'm like, "Ah, god damn it!" Boom, and I went off.
Oh, yeah, it sucks.
Justin and I, we did a parade this week.
Oh,
Yeah, Friday.
Event. And that was for. How were you associated with him?
So Alicia went to high school with Ashley, the mom.
Okay, so you're just friends with him.
Correct. Yeah, they're not relatives.
Okay. No, their son was turning 5?
4.
4, yeah. So that was fun.
That was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I am not going to get to do that video because I thought that I had plenty of room on my card because I had only been recording time lapses the day before when I was doing another project. And what I didn't realize is the night before I had left the time lapse going for the entire night. So while I only had like 2 or 3 time lapses, the last one was like 15, 16 hours long. So my card literally filled up while we were on the street. Like we were 2 cars away from getting to the house, and that's when my card filled up.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
So John, any insider word on canceling Sturgis?
How about we start the rumor right now? They're definitely canceling it. 100%.
100% canceled.
I heard it from Mr. Davidson himself.
Yeah. I had read it in bikermagazine.net.
There's so much. I can't imagine putting on an event like that and not knowing if it's going to happen. So like you continue to plan such a giant thing and you don't even know what's going to happen. I can't imagine. I would think if it does happen, I would think some vendors and stuff like that have to say, okay, I can't commit. Like I have to be able to, I can't commit to something for what turns into like a month-long project for someone to potentially travel that far and make it happen. For them to block out that month and then have it be canceled, taking, appointments for installs of parts and things like that would be a disaster. So, I mean, I hope it's not canceled, but I don't see how it's going to be a big giant one if it is on. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I did see Laconia got moved though. August 22nd to 28th, I think. So
really?
Yeah.
Because isn't Sturgis at the end of August?
Yeah, that's pretty much when Sturgis is, I think. Like,
yeah,
there's I think there's some overlap there. I don't know the official dates for this year, but generally it is in August. So, I mean, it's somewhere right around there.
Let's look that up.
That dumb guy production said City of Sturgis is voting on it June 15th.
Yeah, see, that is so late.
That's
So
super
late.
Yeah.
You can't.
So-
you either don't plan anything until June 15th and then like rush to get it all planned, or you plan up to that point, or that would suck.
Yeah, because according to their website, the Sturgis website, it's supposed to be from Friday, August 7th to Sunday, August 16th.
Okay.
That's 2 months of planning. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's decided that they're going to go through with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
crazy.
I'm just thinking about the city of Sturgis, how affected they're going to be economically.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we all know Sturgis is not really just that 1 week. It's about a month worth of events and stuff going
Yeah.
on. That's probably no actual figures, no, but I would say that's probably 60 to 70% of their annual revenue is during
easily.
that period.
Yeah.
Easily.
I would think so.
After seeing the numbers that Lone Star pulls in from Galveston, then yeah, that's very plausible for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're already starting to get hit with it too, because I'm assuming most of their revenue comes from tourism, which would probably be starting up about now in that area. So they're probably already starting to get hit, and then that might either be the nail in the coffin or the bobber that pulls them out of it.
Yeah. Says here Laconia has been postponed till the 22nd through the 30th of August.
Yeah.
I think we need to add something to Baggers and Brews, add and news, because he's coming up. He's like a wealth of knowledge going on right here.
Yeah, the comments. We'll just turn it over to Baggers and Brews. He knows what's going on.
Yeah.
We're all over here guessing.
Okay. Question from Wrench. What do you think, or what would you think about the new fused handlebars from HD on a FXFBS?
I had to look them up because I wasn't sure what they look like.
Yeah. So on a Fat Bob?
Fat Bob special.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of apes on Fat Bobs. I don't necessarily think that they would work, but
I'll look it up, try to see if I can find a newer one with them on. I've only seen one done that I liked, and that was like right after they came out.
I remember that. I know what bar you're talking about.
Yeah.
That one company made like an 1.5 inch wide ape hanger to fit the stock riser. Yeah. I really like T-bars on the Fat Bobs. There are a ton of them riding around with apes, though. It's such a
I can't find a single picture of one.
Bike that.
Okay, I found one. Yeah, if they were apes, I feel like they'd have to be tiny,
I think
like a 6 inch or maybe an 8 inch.
It all depends on the overall scheme of the bike as well. I think that really help pull everything together.
Yep.
Oh man. I agree 100%. Poor guy probably didn't know he went to like dial-up connection speed.
God damn it. Oh, kid, that was so funny.
And so what's sad is I missed it.
Because it was you, because you were talking, giving this big long explanation, and it turned into like a drive-through receiver. Just, and then the very last sentence just came in completely clear. So here, and that just really pulls it all together.
Yep.
It does. My point stands.
Oh.
And I've got freaking fiber internet over here.
Oh, maybe it's too much fiber because it's a total shitball. Ooh, that hurt my stomach.
Oh man,
that was good. That was good. So Kevin asks, if Harley redesigns the touring chassis for 2021, who's trading?
Oof.
Just bought mine. No.
Yeah.
Well, Roblox buying one regardless of any designs.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't believe no one believes you, Red Block. Say what you want.
Yeah,
I've
your
already
last 4
spoken-
bikes in the last 4 years do not bode well for you.
I've already spoken to the wife. The next toy has been planned.
That's hers.
Fucking slingshot.
No.
What was that?
So-
what was that one
Well,
we
what
saw
is
at?
the toy? Are you going to tell us?
Yeah, I mean,
No,
Jesus, man.
Nope, it's already decided.
Yeah. Polaris. Razor.
look, he
A
fucking left.
razor.
He just fucking left. He got tired of this shit. He just fucking left.
Like, I'm out.
I fucking quit.
He's
But
not
no,
telling me I'm
A
leaving.
razor. Yeah,
A
looking at
razor. So you're buying something else to tow.
Yes.
Where the fuck are you gonna take a razor?
Hmm?
Where are you gonna take a razor?
Nah, take it up to Hidden Falls.
Wherever his truck can tow it.
I feel like
Wherever the interstates go.
I feel like we need to see the footage of these Rexy out on the dirt bike that possessed him to buy a razor instead.
Right? This is stupid. I ain't doing this no more.
So hard.
Hold on. We discovered earlier I can share my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, back to the actual the 2021. I really hope that the touring frame changes really soon, but I bet it's going to be in 2022, so as not to overshadow the Pan America and the Bronx
Yep.
and everything else. They're a total revamp of everything. Really doesn't have with any manufacturer. That's just, you want certain projects to really shine for that year. So I'm looking forward to a new touring frame, but I don't think it's coming yet.
I can agree with that sentiment.
Well, a new touring frame kind of came out, at the mid-year. The Heritage frame. It's a touring bike.
It's not a touring frame though.
Barely.
I'm
Yeah.
being a dick.
A goddamn Sportster can be a touring bike. I drove all the way across to South North America with all 3 kids on it.
I posted a video about the Heritage being in the touring lineup and how I don't really agree with it. But one of my favorite comments was actually about how, with the introduction of Pan America and stuff like that, Harley, rightfully so, would expect a lot of new, not Harley customers traveling to their website. So, in essence, they're redesigning it for a total stranger to the brand to be able to pick, like, at least what Harley intends their models to be used for.
Yeah.
And it was at that moment that I realized he probably should have made the YouTube video. it was pretty spot on, because we could expect to see, well, like electric is right now a whole like group of bikes that consist of one for now, but they tell us there's more coming. The Pan America could easily be the first of a few adventure touring bikes and on and on. So
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm really kind of excited to see where Harley's going to go with the electric line. Like, how far are they going to run with that?
Hopefully, well, I mean, hopefully far, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of it. It's like the bicycles are, I mean, they're sharp. I've actually pulled a road bicycle off of this wall, so it's not my frame. Like I rode bicycles before I started a YouTube channel, but they still interest me, and I know a lot about them, their cost and what they feature and whatnot. So when I saw them at the dealer show, I mean, they are really nice for an electric bicycle.
Oh, yeah.
But they're pretty much not in America. They almost have no intention of even being here. It is pretty much an Asian market thing. So I have a funny feeling a lot of the electric line it isn't for here. It's to help Harley be a worldwide brand, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, at least with that, you know, we will see some trickle down to the States.
If it does really, really well.
Well, and there's plenty of people that are all about sucking that electric dick. So
is this a bad time to say I'm a really big fan of electric vehicles?
No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You know, as long as you don't think that it's some sort of going to save the environment type of thing.
No, not that at all. The performance, straight up performance of electric.
Oh, absolutely.
100% freaking awesome. Which is why I'm into it. I really like the little futuristic looking moped thing, like the little scooter that they have already shown teaser pics of, and I think it might have been an actual model at the dealer show as well. But it's really cool looking. I mean, it's like a New York City thing, though. You know, you don't like I live. It doesn't make sense to have that thing, but if your commute daily is a few city blocks or something, it's definitely freaking cool.
Oh yeah. I mean that aspect, and we talked about this on a previous episode that we did, that makes total sense.
The unfortunate thing for Harley is that their most vocal folks with, you know, about the brand just absolutely hate change at all. So the fact that they're even talking about electric vehicles, the whole company should be doomed and should be bankrupt immediately, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Currently offering like 25 touring models for the core customer, but one electric vehicle, screw Harley Davidson.
It's the end.
They should burn in hell.
That's accurate.
All about us. I could literally choose any color combination ever, but I don't know. Maybe they'll get a touring change, a frame change.
Yeah, Dave says, too bad it takes so much fossil fuel to charge an electric vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Google lithium mines.
Those aren't real, Ken. I'm sorry.
No, birds aren't real. Birds are drones made by the government.
Lithium mines are fine for the environment.
Dangerous.
You are. The mines are not. You've probably pepper sprayed more people than that mine will pepper spray in its entire life.
Maybe so. It's possible. And now I got a taser, so
Jesus.
Yeah, I still want to do one of the pepper paintball.
I have pepper balls. I'll shoot you with it.
I'm sure you would, but I'd rather have Justin or Team Bradley do it because probably a higher likelihood of them hitting me.
I think it's time
Directly.
for Hasso to take one for the team.
Yeah, that's what
You know, I haven't seen Hasso popping up in the chat at all.
Or Brad.
Oh, yeah, I got one of your huhs on video.
Finally.
Yes. I'm getting a nice little montage going for you.
Great.
Got to make sure you can see it because you were so far away on that second one. and going so slow.
So slow.
I might have to speed it up to 125 just to get it to look normal speed.
Make it
Except now
look dangerous.
People are gonna be like, "How was that bike standing up?"
Apparently, it didn't.
Yeah. All right, scale.
You
Let's
want to
how
see
far
what's
we
under my shirt? I'm all about that.
No.
Oh,
Jesus.
blow the screen out. A lot of white going on. I got one light going on in this room, and it's too much.
Oh, wrong one.
Oops.
No means no, dumb guy.
Unless
No means perhaps.
maybe. What up, Candy?
Good question. Any thoughts on Joaquin Zietz saying they are going to narrow the focus of Harley? It sounds like they may not be doing the Street Fighter or Pan America now.
No, they got way too much R&D in that.
Yeah, there's.
Nah.
I mean, there would have to be something that would have gone catastrophically horrible for them to cancel those things right now.
Yeah, that would be the worst PR move ever. It would be better to just build 100,000 of them and them not sell than for them to not come through on those bikes.
Yeah.
All right, I think I got the video ready. Let's see if this works.
Let's do it.
Hold on. It's easiest with 2 monitors. Okay. Oh,
Rosie,
sweet. It even lets me select what
3D lights
screen
on an Indian. Pretty sure it's
It's just a
quite
light.
possible.
It's nothing. The Sierra 3D lights can go on. You could set your Sierra 3D lights up in your living room pretty much.
There you go, Mr. Bike and Bird.
I'm curious if it'll play my
Audio?
audio.
Don't know.
Only one way to find out, buddy.
Send it.
Yep, press that play button, fool.
Oh, well, we'll see.
Nope.
Nothing.
Yep.
I can't hear it.
On it, narrate it for us. There's no audio.
Do a voiceover for us.
It's not gonna work.
Let's get a 1980s PBS voiceover.
Well, I'm kind of sad because I put music to it. Made it a lot funnier.
Can you change your audio input for your?
I can, but it's all going through microphones.
Oh shit!
Candy says boop him.
For dominance. Oh, look, it's Hasso. He finally fucking showed up.
Let me see if I set this and then set my default under my settings. Nope, that's not right. Go away.
Cody, I have a question for John, if I can. Good question.
Yeah.
Next question.
Shoot, Cody.
On to the next one.
Yeah. Brandon answered the Sierra 3D question pretty well about he says he has Suzuki Sierra 3D stuff on a Suzuki. You just had to think outside the box. That's pretty much it. Sierra 3D prides themselves on super easy installation, plug and play stuff. So if it's not made for your model, it'll work. It's just not easy install anymore.
I mean, we did mine in my garage, and it's just a matter of, like we did in our video, planning out where you're going to put everything to where it's not going to touch anything that's moving and nothing that's hot. And you could put it on a bicycle if you had a power source.
Yeah, but for you still just plugged it in, right? Like the new light and your harness.
That's if you're integrating integrating the turn signals or the brake light.
Yeah.
Well, we did do the brake light on yours.
Yeah, we did do that.
Yeah. It does get some of those lights can get tricky quick if you figure out which color wire is powering what, because nothing on the light side matches up with the main harness at all.
Well, yeah, we looked we Googled it real quick and had to go through it. It took us a few minutes, but we got it.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't we actually use John's video?
Maybe.
Probably.
I doubt it. Nah, I don't know. Like Googling wiring diagrams is generally the worst idea ever.
Yep.
But it worked.
You for sure will actually be looking at like a 77 Suzuki, not a 2018 Harley.
That's why I just break out the multimeter and go to town. You're gonna find it faster that way.
For sure.
Terry Peterson, he asked, I ordered the Legend Revo A's on Monday. How awesome are they going to be? Fucking awesome.
Put your butt on a cloud and then put that cloud on wheels.
Yeah.
That's very accurate, actually.
Man, the Revo A's are so beautiful. Matter of fact,
go ahead, Justin. Let's see what happens.
You want to see this?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just narrate it for you. Oh. Hey, man, you good? Now watch. Ready? Then here's the other one. It's super far away. This is the really weak one. See him. Ready?
It's like you stopped and didn't put your feet down.
Here it is in slower motion.
Slower motion.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
Yay.
Thank you for that. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, Terry, those Legend Revo A's are pretty awesome. I took my wife out on a ride this last week, and I didn't change any of the adjustments to have us riding 2-up, and even she loved it. Kyle said this is painful to watch. Well, stop hurting yourself. I mean, whatever you're doing, don't do it.
Hey, you made a whole lot less noise than I did on my last crash video, so.
Was that the one where you nearly died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I felt my spine separating from my neck. Yeah, that was great.
Also, coming in strong about your video, Justin.
Do what?
I don't know. Looks fake.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he could have seen it, except he was at home while you were out riding. So, you know. It's funny though, because usually Hassel is like my go-to guy. Like he's the one that's like, "Yeah, let's go.
Let's go."
This bike's definitely not made to do this, but I'll go.
You guys had a bet going that I wasn't going to show up.
Ken was the only person that won that day. Because Ken said that he would reschedule the podcast, which is what we're doing now. Brad said that he wouldn't show up to riding dirt bikes, but we'd get a text early in the morning. My bet was that he wasn't going to show up and we wouldn't get a text until we were already at the ranch. So, full faith.
Yeah. Love it. This is why y'all are not my friends. You're my brothers.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
Yeah.
SFO311 has a question for us.
Okay.
He says, "Hello, guys. I did pipes and a Screaming Eagle air cleaner with the Screaming Eagle tuner. Do I need to have it dialed in at the dealer?"
No.
What?
No. No, that
You just auto tune, right?
well, I think there is an auto tune feature. I don't know. I've never tuned one, to be perfectly honest.
What product was it?
The Screaming Eagle tuner.
Oh yeah.
That tuner it's good because it keeps your warranty, and I mean it does get it really close to stage one. Everything I've ever installed, and I've done AFR runs and stuff, and it's always really, really close, as long as you're using Harley parts. But it's all EPA regulated, so you can add as much fuel as you want until the tuner decides you can't add any more fuel, which is pretty much right away. It doesn't really dial in like a aftermarket tuner does. If that makes sense, hopefully. I don't know.
Yeah.
I never know
I mean,
how much like tuning, you can really, really confuse some folks talking about tuning something.
There you go, Blue Bike and Doyle. Question asked and answered.
we're not letting him talk.
Yeah.
Was that Blue Bike and Doyle's question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he lives right up the road from me, man. I know I know old Doyle.
He asked a question earlier. I left it alone, but he was asking when are you and him going to go ride the Teledragon?
Oh yeah, hopefully soon, man. I've always wanted to go ride the Dragon, but it is so close to where we are down here. So Doyle's an hour north of me, I think. And I don't know, probably 4 hours from the Dragon's Tail. I've never been, which is I'm like ashamed to say.
I would say that's shameful.
Yeah, it is. It 100% it is. But yeah, I just haven't ever been. So yeah, Doyle and I've been talking about getting up there when when you're allowed out of your house, here in the hopefully near future. So
I mean, last I checked, this was America, and you can leave your house if you want to.
Technically, you can, but that doesn't mean there's shit to do when you get up to the Dragon's Tail. You can ride it.
You're just riding, man.
You can't sit down at a restaurant and you can't order a beer anywhere. So have fun.
Jay is asking, is it worth the money to upgrade to cartridges up front or just run a heavier oil?
I mean, cartridges is the way to go for sure. Whether it's worth the money is dependent on whose wallet said money is leaving, or money. Yeah, whatever I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No, that makes sense because I equate a lot of my motorcycle stuff to hunting stuff. So like, I want to go on an exotics hunt and shoot a freaking zebra or an axis or some shit like that, but it's like $2,000-$3,000. But then I turn around and like, I could totally buy that $2,000 scope, that thermal vision scope.
Yeah, that's right.
I like Jeremy Avalos's question.
Okay.
What's he got?
He says, any idea why are some Harley service departments complete disasters and others are superb? I travel an extra 30 minutes just because my closest dealer service department is awful. I do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same with every type of business, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's lucky for me, the Taco Bell closest to work is the best one in town, but the one across town, orders never right, lady's rude. It's just the way.
I mean, I've got a dealership that I can get to in like 10, 15 minutes from here, but nope, I'll drive the 30 to 40 minutes to get to Cowboys just because everyone's nicer. They treat me better. It seems like, they know what they're talking about more. So, yeah.
That new head tech at Cowboys is a very smart guy for his age. I think the service manager has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. I mean, if you run a tight ship,
you're
going to get a better quality out of everyone in the long run. It may be rough up front, but eventually it'll smooth out.
So I have a question for you. I've run into this personally. I want to get y'all's take. How do you feel about the whole, judging the book by its cover when it comes to a service department? Like you walk in, if it looks really clean, it will sway you one way versus if it looked like shit.
I have to judge it because that's not a cover. That's the inside. If you're seeing back in the shop and it's, all torn up and gross, then think of it like a kitchen.
Yes, John. Yes, John.
Yeah.
Would you like to add to the conversation?
That's literally my spot. He's talking about like all disgusting and shit everywhere. That's literally my area, like 20 feet by 12.
Hey, I mean, if the shoe fits, man, that's on
like,
you.
Whole place can be spotless. Get to John's area, and it's like, what the fuck did you do?
I'm working. I'm fucking working.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always sweaty in my intros because it takes me an hour to clean the garage before I start shooting.
Yeah.
That I'm fat, so usually sweaty.
But see, now you got air conditioning in your garage, though.
Oh, dude, it's so nice. I opened it up the other day, actually yesterday, because I was going to mow the lawn. My battery was in there, and I opened it up from the outside, and it was just like getting hit, like walking into a beer cooler, man. Just it was very nice.
It's YouTube money at work.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely not just paying that off for the next 30 years. Yeah.
So did y'all for Georgia, John, is the whole lessening untightening the restrictions for the COVID thing, is that in full effect right now?
Oh yeah. I don't actually know what so restaurants could open Monday, dining areas could open, but bar only locations still aren't open. I mean, my Facebook feed is just disgusting with people arguing for whether or not it should happen. But I mean, I'm that type, like, I'll just do what I want to do and you do what you want to do and we can just leave each other alone. Like, it's cool. If you don't want to go to a restaurant, don't go. It's cool.
If more people would worry about themselves, then the world would be a whole lot better place.
Yeah. But no, I haven't. Honestly, I got wife and kids, so they're probably still staying home. My wife still hasn't gone anywhere, even though everything's open. She hadn't been I've been doing grocery shopping, which really sucks, by the way. And so they're still quarantined, even though everything's open. It's pretty simple concept. Like, everybody can open and we can just stay doing what we've been doing.
I mean, I don't, aside from like us hanging out like in person, us guys, or meeting up for dinner, not a lot has really changed, is in my life, as from what I can tell.
Yeah.
I mean,
my travel.
Yeah. Lunch breaks suck. Drive-through only, curbside only, that stuff,
Yeah. See, and I'm and I can understand that.
Yeah.
But hey, at least Texas, they changed the laws so that if you order a meal, you can get a takeaway alcoholic beverage.
Yeah, Georgia did the same thing. Like, instantly, They were like, "We think we're going to close these places, but liquor stores are still open, and you can order to-go alcoholic beverages."
Yeah.
Essential.
So I just
and then, like 2 weeks later, our governor found out that you can actually pass the disease to other people. Really, really weird. It's like, what?
Yeah. We're just
Dude, you're on national TV. Will you act like you know what you're talking about, please?
breaking news. Yeah, apparently Texas has had the highest alcohol sales it's ever had in history.
264% increase.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's what
264%.
So the police officers in the area, if you're in uniform, you can't be in any government building at all. So they tend to, which they kind of always stop by the shop, drop their bike in for a tire or whatever, and they sit outside on the picnic table and do their reports and stuff. So I asked one of them, like, a week or two in. I was like, so are y'all even doing anything? Are y'all busy? Like, nobody's out. He's like, dude, I've gotten 3 DUIs today. Like, dude, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. He's like,
Holy
well,
shit.
I mean, I wasn't planning on doing much today, but when a lady hits a garbage truck, you got to go to the scene. I don't know. It's like, wow.
Oh yeah, domestic shot way up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I just can't.
What are you saying, Justin?
I'm not condoning it. I don't do it, but I get it.
But I mean, it's 5:00 somewhere.
That's all I'm saying is I get it.
It's 5:00 somewhere, so you can start drinking, and then when they start running their mouth and freaking killing your buzz.
Dude, all I'm telling you is like, at least he's been on this I Love Lucy kick lately, and I'm like, dude,
fuck.
The guys in the 50s like had it down, man. Like, how the hell did we get here?
Oh, if you think that's bad, you should watch The Honeymooners.
Oh man. And I wouldn't be saying this if my wife didn't feel the exact same way. Like, my wife would love to stay home and cook and clean, and me go to, work 8 hours a day and make, a ridiculous amount of money and be able to pay for everything. But
actual money.
Yeah.
Is that a fucking casting couch, John?
Dude.
So, listen, Ken, I got
when he stood up.
How do you think I got to pay for this stuff somehow? Okay? YouTube ain't cutting it, bro. I don't have AC.
Oh, so Neek's asking, will Roadblock and or Uncle Ken start a YouTube channel in the future?
No, I have a YouTube channel.
I do. Yeah, it's garbage.
I think I have like 3 videos posted up there. Two traffic videos and a scare cam video.
The important things.
Yeah.
No, I tried the whole moto vlogging thing and nope.
No, I just ride Justin's coattails.
Yeah, totally.
I want to jump ship now, dude. You're right underneath John Maxwell, man. Hop on that shit. Just grab onto the back of his hair. Just
I barely even posted anything this month. Yeah.
Oh, and Andrew Dugan. He's like, just had a truck total my old bike with me on it. Well, that sucks. So it was a 2002 Ultra. Want to replace it with a Rushmore or Milwaukee-Eight Ultra? Thoughts on those two? Yeah, do it. Either one. I mean, if you can get the Milwaukee-Eight, go for it.
Wasn't Rushmore and Milwaukee-Eight overlapping? Or
yeah, Rushmore is 14 and later. So 14 to 16 is twin cam. The rounded stuff, the new saddlebags, the big radio. That's Rushmore. Yeah, there's some, depending on what model. What model did he say he was looking at? I didn't see the Ultra.
So he had a 2002 Ultra and wants to replace it with the Rushmore or the V-twin or the Milwaukee-Eight Ultras.
Yeah. I'm honestly, so I've been at the dealership since 2012. And the internet says that the most issues Harley has is right now. The Milwaukee-Eight engine, it's trash. It's always broken and this and that. But the most issues I've ever seen at the dealership since I've been there is 2014. Everything, all aspects of those bikes, the cooling system, gaskets leaking on the engine, master cylinders leaking, clutch failures, all that kind of stuff was happening then. And it's all fixed. It's fixable things. But this many years later, a bike out of warranty, it could get expensive. The Milwaukee-Eights, dude, we never see them for warranty concerns. Like, they're just good.
I mean, there was that one issue with something, but
yeah, on build engines, yeah. And same deal for the most part. Those models I never had a customer pay for that problem. You know what I mean? So yeah. I'm a fan of Milwaukee-Eight. If you can swing it, then Go Milwaukee-Eight all day.
I mean, the Milwaukee-Eight with stage 3 is fucking sexy.
That bike scoots, man.
Yeah.
I was actually having to give it a lot more throttle to keep up with you than I thought I was going to.
And I was riding 2 up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did spank that on the highway though.
Oh yeah.
Gears and gadgets. Adam Carolla brought up how California labeled liquor stores as essential, but shut down AA meetings.
Well, that's apples and oranges. That's a store versus a meeting place.
A group setting.
It is kind of ironic, though.
It's ironic, but
I mean, there's ways around it. I mean, but at the same time, like, I think, to me, something like an AA meeting is absolutely essential. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
But you don't have to meet in person to do it.
This is true. You don't. But then you have to look at,
and trust me, if everyone had plumbing right into their house where they could just open the spout and get Jack Daniels, they wouldn't need to go to the liquor store.
Dude,
true.
Baggers and Brews hitting us with the news again.
Yeah.
They don't produce tax revenue.
I mean,
So that as well.
there were some people arguing about why liquor stores are considered essential. And, for a lot of people, who don't drink or only drink on occasion, that can kind of make sense. But if you have the number of alcoholics that are in the U.S. is a staggering number. And if all of a sudden someone who's a full-blown alcoholic doesn't have alcohol, everything leading up to them going into full DTs is horrendous. And if you've never witnessed that, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. But I've witnessed that shit in person where someone ends up drinking fucking cologne and mouthwash and shit like that because they can't get any alcohol. And they're going through full-blown DTs. It's horrendous.
I watched a drug documentary, and they were talking about how that makes alcohol so much more dangerous than any other drug or any other soft drug, basically. Of course, heroin, stuff like that, you get kind of the same thing. But if you run out of weed, you're not going to start going outside and lighting up your yard on fire trying to get high. You're just going to be kind of sad and bummed. But alcohol, you can get into your body goes through some dangerous changes trying to I don't know, get what it thinks it needs.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a horrible thing. Brandon, you can AA via Zoom or Hangouts. It's just true, but you got to think a lot of people who are at the point in their life to where they need to go to AA meetings, they may not have that technology available.
That's true.
That and the fact that they're not leaving their place and kind of getting out.
Yes.
Getting the whole fresh air and everything.
Yeah.
Probably not a good thing.
I mean, it's cool, like, us hanging out here with John. Hey, it's cool to see you. It's cool to talk to you. But it'd be way cooler and you'd be more comfortable in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I got my casting couch here. I mean, I'm pretty comfortable.
Look, 20's 20, man.
Got an actual motorcycle question from Robert Smith.
Let's talk about motorcycles.
Subject. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. The thoughts on the changes to the oil pump, which, to be fair, the Milwaukee-Eight, because I was talking about how great it is, has had something like 75 different oil pumps in it. So, the latest one being model year 2020 had slight changes. I think not to necessarily fix something as much as just make it better in general. But I don't, to be perfectly honest, I don't really have any thoughts about it so much. Because at this point, it does seem like they're changing stuff that isn't actually broken. They're just kind of refining it. If anything, I don't understand how they weren't able to test all of those bikes and know that there was changes that need to be made before we all started testing the bikes. I think of plenty of people that would be more than happy to go run a stage 4 engine at high RPMs for hundreds of miles and find out that it sumps.
I mean, I'm available.
It just seems like something they could have probably figured out. And in all seriousness, no, actually, you're keeping a new engine like that super secret, so you can't. Well, I mean, you could, but where do you ride that for hundreds and hundreds of miles at a constant RPM? You go to a racetrack, and because Talladega was a testing site for a couple of years, and they'd ride around the track. They could use the infield for different things and stuff like that. But I mean, I guess you could run for hundreds of miles in that circle, but I don't know if it's necessarily the exact same as hopping on for us like 85 or 75 and just cruising down to Florida or up to North Carolina or whatever. But yeah, that's my thoughts on oil pumps. I wish they just tested it better, so they didn't look like idiots for 4 years.
Are they still using the Arizona proving grounds?
As far as I know, I haven't heard that it's not. I know they don't do Talladega anymore. As a matter of fact, there were a bunch of bikes that I worked on at MMI were marked as like they still have the transfer sticker on them from Talladega to MMI. Because when they close, like, what do you do with a bunch of bikes that have already been used? They're generally kind of crappy. They've been taken apart, put back together at the test site a bunch of times. So they sent a lot of them to us in Orlando and probably some to Phoenix too. And we were taking them apart and making them even worse. Bunch of new mechanics breaking shit all the time.
Mm-hmm. How many bolts did you break?
At school, none. All the threads were already gone and everything. You couldn't break a bolt. Well, my first year being a tech,
they already UGG'd their last UGGA.
Yeah. I am a professional bolt extractor from removing my own broken bolts long before customers would bring them to me to be like, hey, can you get this out? Yes. I'm an expert in this field, thanks to myself.
Hey, little Stevie Lech wanted to know what colognes we're talking about, like Stetson.
That high alcohol content cologne.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to segue right back into that. Good.
Yeah.
I just had to answer his question.
Moto Truckers asking, are you guys satisfied with what you're riding, or are you planning an upgrade soon? I just upgraded. So
Same
that
here.
doesn't mean shit.
So someone who's not going to buy a new motorcycle, I'll answer. I love my bike, and I love the way it handles and performs right now. And, I did add, the Legends front and rear, and that was huge. My God. But, no, I'm not upgrading, but fucking A, man, Legends sponsor us. It's too late. I already bought your shit, but, I mean, hey.
Yeah, I'm happy with what I'm riding as a functional motorcycle, if that makes sense. Like, I would love to have another one that is built for a different purpose than just cramming camera gear into saddlebags and stuff. But yeah, I'm happy enough with mine. I wouldn't trade it in on something else, but I would like to have another bike.
What you, Justin?
I mean, if I was to have to trade one in, I'd upgrade the touring bike.
Really?
Just for the bigger motor and the better infotainment system. But I still have 107, so.
Okay.
I mean, you can fix that easy, dude.
What?
128, real quick.
No.
No problem.
No, I'd rather just start over and get a new project.
So
it's already got
Bagger
everything.
Build series?
Yeah.
So we had a response. The testing is being done in Yucca, Arizona.
Okay.
It's on the internet. It's got to be true. Did
Man,
anyone check that guy?
I just know it's in Arizona. I never knew where it was, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, I think this is going to be a John and Justin question from Toby. What is your, everyone, preferred or favorite brand of hydraulic cables? Goodridge, Magnum, etc. Wait, aren't those the same as condoms?
If you're using Goodridge condoms, you're fucking a tire, bud.
Those Goodridge is too close to Goodyear, which is a tire.
The only time I've ever used Goodridge is because they'll make a custom hydraulic line. So I've called in orders to them and gotten the exact length I needed. Magnum, I like Magnum. I haven't ever once this whole like hydraulic clutch thing started, I pretty much run Harley lines. It's the only company that you can order from, and it actually works every single time. Every other company I've ever ordered from, what the package says and what I'm holding in my hand is not the same thing. I'll get the whole thing routed and it won't screw into the slave cylinder, or it's too short, even though I know good and well the package says that it's the right length. And the hydraulic lines is a freaking disaster. And it sucks because I'm the guy that promised you your bike on Friday afternoon and it's not ready because Magnum screwed me. Get it?
I like how you did that. But you only talked about the hydraulic lines. What about the hydraulic cables?
Oh, same thing anymore, man. Once hydraulic clutches came out, dude, nobody ever uses the terminology right anymore. It's like, I can listen to a parts guy that's literally paid to know more than the customer and just butcher vocabulary. It's like, oh god, order a clutch cable for that new 2020 touring bike. Cool. It's not going to fit. Guaranteed.
I've only had experience with Magnum, and they're really pretty. The finish on them was great, but I could see how what Maxwell is saying could happen very often, especially with an ABS bike, all the different little connectors and stuff that go into it. I could see how that can get extremely annoying, and especially if you're working on other people's bikes. But I just had to order the ones from Magnum, and yeah, everything that was Magnum fit the first time.
Yeah. To be fair, too, every manufacturer that's ever sent something that wasn't right, they always fixed it. It wasn't too much trouble. Hey, this doesn't fit. Oh, let me send you the right one.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a money pit in addition to being troublesome.
Yeah.
Little Stevie, what is the release date for the new Revo motorbikes, the Sportster line?
What? The
release date of the new Revo motorbike?
Oh yeah, the new they don't have an official release date. Unfortunately. It's Harley's version of the Scout, I think, or not the Scout, the FTR. What was that? 3 months late, something like that. Yeah, I think we're gonna run into the same thing, to be honest. Especially with what's going on right now, you got we got everybody working from home, so I'm sure those design teams and all that stuff are meeting on Zoom and things like that, or StreamYard, but they're
good camera look. That was solid. I appreciate that.
Feel like maybe we'll get a call, Justin. His sponsorship from old StreamYard.
Yeah, right up there. God damn, that wasn't even close to right. There we go. Wow. It's like this guy's running the show right now. We need this guy to run the show.
Rennie Smith. John Maxwell did the dyno tune on my Road Glide. Runs great.
Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Where is that one now? Rennie Smith. Yeah. I'm glad yours runs good because boy did I get my ass kicked yesterday in the dining room. There are just some days in every job that make you question if this is what you're supposed to do with your life. And yesterday that's today I had sweat my balls off with 2018 Fat Bob, the 475 cam in it, and old Power Vision really screwed me up yesterday. But it turned out good.
Did I tell y'all I had to have the your warranty is voided conversation last time I took my bike in? Wow, that was great. Because I took it in to get the cruise control turned on, and I had my Power Vision. They're like, yeah, the parts guy or the new service guy is, super soft spoken. He's like, yeah, we can't if we do this, I mean, we can do it, but since you have this tuner, your warranty it won't be valid anymore. I was like, dude, my warranty's been voided for a long time. Just do it.
Yeah. Well, there is a difference between like you feeling like your warranty is voided and the motor company knowing your warranty is voided.
That's very true.
Like anything that happens that is warranty has to be called in. It's not just after the fact, and we had the motor company do us dirty a couple weeks ago. So the guy on the end of the line is like, so you're saying the work's already done? Like, well, yeah, we got a customer out. He's happy now, but this is what needs to be, this is what happened. Are you going to cover it or aren't you? He's like, well, I mean, the work's already done. What do you want us to do? It's like, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, cool. Thanks, bro. So, yeah, another instance of the dealership making the motor company look good.
Yeah.
So,
you also have what are those things called where after you apply for a loan or something like that? Like if that happens, you should send them a letter and be like, hey, just so you know, this was covered by this dealership, not the motor company.
Yeah, I do. I try to get the guys at the counter to, because we do a lot of little things like that people don't know. You might gotta, I don't know, they come in like, hey, I'm under warranty and this is the problem. It's not warranty, but it also doesn't take very long to fix it. So it's like, oh yeah, it's fixed, no problem. But nobody ever tells them like, oh, that's not covered. The guys are just cool when they did it. Yeah. So,
yeah, you should sell that up.
Yeah, come back and see us or something. I don't know, but they probably don't. They're like, yeah, which one's your bike again? I don't know.
So John Boyce asks, have any of you installed Factory 47 bars? And is it true the stock cables will work? Yes.
Up to 14 size? Inches.
Yeah. Well,
you can go all the way up to 18 inches with the Factory 47s and not change your cables.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What?
47 inches. Don't got to change the cables.
47 inches?
Yeah.
47 inches.
I misspoke. Sorry, it's 47 inches.
You can put a tiny human on your risers and still work.
Don't got to change the cables.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about Factory 47s are wide too, though, right? Aren't they generally?
I don't know. I've heard good and bad about Factory 47.
Yeah. I've installed a couple of them. Really, it just depends. 12 inches. 12-inch handlebar, pretty much guaranteed. You can run stock stuff. 14s on a road glide. Sometimes it depends on how far your bar ends are. Farther away you get, then the longer the cable needs to be.
Mine were 14s, and they're super wide, and they fit fine.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say fine. It was about the extent, but I would say most 14s will fit on the newer ones.
It's kind of at the discretion of who's installing it too. I mean, you're in a multi-million-dollar dealership.
Say, John?
Well, hear me out. So when I'm charging you for work, and I run a line that it just looks like shit, or it's maybe rubbing across that giant top nut on the top tree. It's resting across that, and I know good and well you're going to turn those bars hundreds of thousands of times, and the guy that pays my paycheck's worth like millions of dollars in a lawsuit, I'm probably going to be like, bro, I got to change your line. Like this is probably going to break later. But if you're in your garage, fuck it. Let's send it. Get her done. You know what I mean?
Who needs brakes?
It is different. You know, we're doing it for a living and doing it in your garage. So
And doing it to live.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Sorry,
John, Brandon White is asking, what job or task do you dread the most doing?
Ooh, it's a good one.
yeah, I get this one a lot actually. Last
How
time,
many different answers do you have?
Whatever he did that day.
Yeah. So the other
doesn't
day
like
it was that
knowing.
goddamn freaking
going
dino.
on with the job. So the last time I answered this, it was on trike conversion kits,
Ooh.
like bleeding the brakes on a trike conversion kit. Yeah, fuck that. I'm going home at lunch today. I'll never again. This week it's dyno tuning a 475 cam and a fat bob. No, but really, it does. It just depends. Generally, anytime the guy at the counter tells you, yeah, man, just this real quick, easy thing, that job is going to suck 100% of the time.
Oh, this won't be too bad.
I will slap a guy for telling me that it's a quick and easy job.
Oh, yeah. Someone said wiring nightmares. I could see how wiring would be some of the worst. Yeah, but from what I've heard of dealership guys, they don't fuck around with wiring. They just said, okay, well, we can either spend 10 hours chasing this problem, or you can buy this part and it costs you 3 hours. Like, just replace the whole thing.
Some of those, it kind of depends on what mood you're in. Like there are, it's like getting a broken bolt out. Like there is like the pain of drilling that out and applying heat and getting that bolt out. But man, when you get that bolt out and the stock threads are still there, like
that's
you
satisfying.
You have freaking won. You know, you are just a man. Everyone should bring their bikes to you because you are the fucking man. Yeah. And the same thing goes with the broken wire, because it's always like, so I've taken this thing to like 3 dealerships and none of them can find it and they don't know what's going on. And, you know, sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's 10 days, but when you find it and you're like, yeah, those other guys couldn't find it. Well, I found it.
Justin knows about that.
Really sucks.
Yeah, that's just like the Sportster video.
That was 3 dealerships too.
Yeah.
For the injector wires.
Yep.
Backwards. Yeah.
I'm about to have to freaking take my KTM because right after you left Roadblock, my bike was dead. Completely dead.
No shit.
Again. Yeah. I have no freaking idea. It was only 5 hours on that battery. And it was toast. Yeah. And I got home, charged it, and I've been watching it every day. It has not dropped a single volt. That battery is holding fine. So there's something that's happening when it's riding, but the charging's good. Like I'll sit there and monitor it while I'm charging, and the voltages go up. I'm at a complete loss. It's done it twice now, 2 different batteries.
So how hot is it when it quits? Charge, like when it won't start? Is it after you've been riding all day and stuff?
No, so the first time it happened in the middle of a practice round, which the bike was pretty damn hot by that point. So I'd been running it quite a bit, a lot of slow speeds. It wasn't getting cooled off, and it was a lot of turning the bike on, turning the bike off. This time, I probably only stopped and started the bike maybe 10 times, which I realize sounds like a lot, but when you're out in the trails, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And we got in, and we sat there and talked for probably close to an hour, and then went to go get back on the bike, and it did like 3 slow start. Like it tried to spin about 3 times and then done.
Huh. I only bring that up.
Freaking idea.
The for Harleys, we'll have a problem with the voltage regulator gets hot and it'll quit working. So, you know, on the bench, everything's fine. Give the guy's bike back, like, hey, dude, I don't know what's going on. He rides down the road, and 30 miles later, his bike's not charging again. So we'll take a heat gun to the regulator, and if it hits 180 degrees and that thing just drops voltage, well, bam, we just simulated riding down the road.
I gotta try that because that's one thing they did bring up when I was with people that kind of had an idea. The issue was they checked how hot that regulator was, but by that time I had already pushed the bike back almost 2 miles, so it had plenty of time to cool off. So I'll definitely check that next time.
So John Anthony has a question around his 2006 Dyna Lowrider. He just replaced his front motor mount, and he can't even get a penny in the little hole thingy, like it's already rubbing against the mount. Why?
I really wish I knew what the little hole thingy was. I'm thinking he's talking about the top motor mount, or like the top of said motor mount. There's like looks like this, and then there's a metal bar that goes over. There's supposed to be 30 to 50 thousandths of clearance between those two spots. I actually talked about my last Q&A video with some pictures and stuff that they look a little better than this awesome hand signal there. But yeah, I don't know for sure if that's what he's even talking about. Okay. But you can shave that rubber down. You uninstall it and shave the rubber down until you have the right clearance using a file, or if you're really, really brave, a sander or something. Put some power to that thing, and you went past 50 thousandths clearance real quick, though.
A disc grinder. You need a disc grinder.
Yeah, that's the one that the guy next to me uses, and it happens.
So,
all right, use that pneumatic sander.
Yeah.
With all the spare time on my hands, I've been catching up on YouTube, and one of the biker build-off series has been released a new episode every couple of days, and it was the Paul Yaffe shop, the Ass Kicker Garage or whatever, Voodoo Choppers season. And I'm looking at the bikes, and this is from like 2011, 2012, something like that. And I'm looking at these bikes that these guys are building, and looking at some of the stuff from the bagger build-offs that are like Lone Star and that Rot. There's no big innovation happening. Why?
Oh, man. That's a good question. I don't know. Performance bagger, like right now, performance is key. It's not a matter of like chopping one up and making it look cool. Like the new thing is performing well, for sure. Ken, what's the first thing you did to your new bike?
Put a fucking stage 3 kit on it.
Boom. That's it.
And then the very next...
we had suspension questions like right off the rip.
Yeah.
That's what people are doing right now.
So I did stage 3, and then the very next thing I did was my Legends front and rear.
Yep. That's what people are coming and asking me about. It's kind of cool because it's actually something that, you can actually do that without being some engineering wizard and like understanding rake and trail and like creating an artist, because those guys 15 years ago, you were an artist on top of understanding a motorcycle and how it works.
Yeah.
Where now you just have to know how things work,
How to 3D print.
Close. We're getting there for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, Uncle Ken, is your wife typing shit into the comments under Redbeard's Adventures? I put 13-inch Dominator Industries meat hooks, and the hardest part was the 90 bends.
Yeah. Big, strong hands.
Oh, it's late. My performance bike.
Oh, you saw mine. Same thing.
Yeah,
Mine's more performance than his, even.
yeah. With the
Wait,
suspension.
what did you do to your new bike, Roblox? I kind of remember. It's been a little while now. Kid, I knew built that first. That was definitely a loaded question. Like I knew what was coming. What'd you do to yours?
Just the stage 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're about to do bars, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Why do you even set yourself up for that? Why do you fight it so much? You knew there was no way you were going to run those bars.
Wait, you already put bars on it? Now you're about to change them again?
No. These are the stock
he was like,
bars.
I'm going to run the stock ones. I like them. They're not that bad.
Yeah,
The
and 50
bars-
miles later, like, fuck that. Yeah.
The bars are not bad.
Oh, I like the bars. I like the stock bars.
I am definitely switching more from a aesthetic value. That's all. So definitely not on fault of the bars. First time I've ever said that about stock Harley bars.
Yeah. All the bikes with mini apes, I think you can get away a little farther. Street Bobs, Road Glides, Heritages, just to name a few. Like I rode the Heritage for a while with stock bars. And it wasn't as cool, but it wasn't like every time I got on it, I hated it or anything either.
Justin, Brandon is asking, with all the powder coating that you do on your builds, have you ever considered getting into doing it yourself?
No.
I don't think Alicia would let him use the oven.
Yeah, there's way too much equipment that goes into it's a big upfront cost, and I know it might look like I do a ton of powder coating, but I've literally been to that business 4 times in the past 4 years. So
yeah, you're not like everybody though. Like most people, bits and pieces, man. You just go all in. You're like,
go big or
boom,
go home.
Everything, all of it.
I mean, that's more like my style of building.
Man. What it is?
Yeah. No, it's easier to get because I have to drive almost 35 miles to get to that shop now. I just tear everything down and send it all at once.
Yeah.
Hey, John, how's the bad boy? Would love to see more on Evo Motors. I have a 98 FLHP police bike.
Yeah, man. The bad boy's good as far as I know. It's sitting where I park it. I don't ever ride it.
Still there's a good start.
Yeah, man. It's weird to like love a bike so much, but then it sits right next to a bike that just fires up no problem and fits everything in saddlebags, and it's so easy to just scoot away on the Heritage. But the bad boy has so much character that it's really fun. It just doesn't. All I can really do on it is ride around, like ride to a destination. If I need anything or want anything while I'm there, then I'm fucked. Like nowhere to put it. But yeah, I wanted to. I actually looked at a studio space today that is not going to work, but never actually talked about this. I guess y'all got enough beers in me that I'll just talk about how I'm looking for a spot that is not owned by someone else so that I can throw the Springer on a lift and tinker with it, film some videos on it, and it can just sit there on the lift for as long as I want it to sit on the lift. Because my current situation is, somebody else owns that lift. The only thing that goes on it is what they tell me can go on it. So, within reason, like I can do some stuff, but not for months on end, and not in the middle of the night because these fuckers turn the alarm on. So,
I wonder why.
Yeah, it's weird.
So Anthony's asking, is my bike supposed to shake a lot when I let off the throttle? Well, if you're riding a Harley, yes, that's just a warning that you've let off the throttle. Totally normal.
What kind of bike is it? Did he
say? How about a more?
He doesn't say what he's riding.
Yeah. Anthony, the most common problem with D-cell vibration like that is the exhaust pipe touching the floorboard. like the mounting bracket. So if your aftermarket pipe had came with spacers and you didn't use them, or it's mounted like too far out towards the footboard, it's usually not a problem until you go into decel.
All right. Good to know. Never thought of that.
Yeah, you get a bike brought back to you. You figure some shit out.
That was like Ken's bike on the way back from Arkansas. We thought he had
my God.
we thought he had like lost a lifter or something, because as he was revving, you just hear the tick 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 tick. It'd get faster and faster. Turns out it was just a loose heat shield.
Like, have you seen the videos of where they're in the shop and there's one guy and he's got 2 wrenches and he's like tick 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 tick. It was just like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? It was, the heat shield was loose.
Yeah. There's I don't know. Well, it probably looks horrible, but we'll have somebody pull in like, my motor's knocking, and you walk out there and I start putting my foot on things,
Yeah.
Like, hit that heat shield, and all of a sudden it stops. Like, bam, that's loose. But it's also hot as fuck. So,
and that's what Justin did. Is he pulled out a screwdriver?
No, I had my vape.
Keys.
I was on the ground. I was listening. I had my vape, and I just hold my vape up against the heat shield.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
Like, there it is.
Yep. That's it right there.
Multi-tool.
Yep.
So, John, you kind of spilled the beans. You're trying to build yourself a studio.
Yeah, something. It's hard to find something that fits into a YouTube budget, though. It's well, and really, honestly, like, Justin has a YouTube studio. He just happens to have a garage. I don't have a garage, so I have to find a place that is essentially a garage that the rent isn't, because for the most part, anything that is of garage size is for rent at a rate that is for actual business to be conducted. And, well, YouTube money isn't the same as actually having a business. So we're, I'm trying to figure that out, but I definitely,
have you ever thought about storage unit?
Yes. Security is a bit of an issue.
Well, there's usually no power.
Yeah.
Storage unit except for like a light.
Yeah, if you had a storage unit with light and AC, they get ridiculously expensive.
Yeah. Well, and then what I'm going to be filming is still loud. I have a air compressor, and like I have some tools here at the shop that are like pretty legit. Hydraulic press, big workbench, compressor, and stuff that I'll just take there. It pretty much sits in my house because I own it, but I don't use it here. So I'd take that stuff there. Just if nothing else, is like a backdrop, like talking head moments. It looks like I'm in a shop or something. But that air compressor kicks on, man. You're gonna piss some neighbors off. And whatever you're doing in there, if I'm showing something off, I'll need to pick a lift up or put a lift down or whatever. So
I'll get over it.
Yeah. Right as they're telling me to get the fuck out of there.
Hey, I paid my money. It's not in my contract. Says I can't make too much noise.
Mm-hmm. But like the place I looked at today.
Robert.
Well, go ahead.
No, continue.
Okay. Well,
spill more beans.
The place I looked at today was 15 feet by 15 feet. And when you're standing in that room, like the space for lighting and cameras and then access to work on a bike is like, this isn't.
It goes away real quick.
Real quick. I got to fit, not the tools that I keep at work, but a toolbox of sorts and, stuff like that. Hell, that air compressor has to go in there. And hell, and you got to like plan ahead. What if I want to have a guest in and we talk about something? Well, shit, there ain't even enough room for the stuff I listed, much less a second body.
Yeah, and you got to have room for the couch in there. And
at that other channel we're trying to support.
Yeah, well, you have to set design it. You have to have an area for lighting and
That's right.
all of that, plus sound in a storage unit would be a bitch.
Yeah, it'd be horrible. And most of them around here, especially, they're by some sort of busy road, you know.
Oh, and Justin knows all about that.
Yeah, I was on a main bus route at my last house.
That was
main
fun.
bus route and a main road in and out of the neighborhood. So, good God, the traffic was terrible. Now I'm on
it's funny, like what people don't even realize, like things that, like if you're looking at a spot, it's so much different than what someone else would be looking for, you know?
Yeah. It's a very unique business need.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically.
So Robert asked,
is it really quiet? Cool, because I'm going to be really loud. But I need
everyone else shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Start
working here.
Run that air compressor real quick. All right,
so
let's
Robert
get around. Sorry.
Damn it, why did I text you?
Glad you did.
Robert asks, do you guys gut your catalytic converters? I don't have cats on my bike, so no. So on my bike, I have the Vance and Hines 2-1 Pro Pipe.
Yeah, I'm running the Eliminators. Screaming Eagle Eliminators, does that sound right?
No, Vance and Hines Eliminators or Screaming Eagle Street Cannons.
Street Cannons, that's the shit I got because I ran stock on mine.
So you've got the stock catalytic converter in yours.
Yes.
Okay. And Bird, what'd you put on yours?
I have the Vance Hines Pro Pipe on the Bagger, and I got the TBR on the Dyna.
Fake ass carbon fiber.
It's real ass carbon fiber. There's even a note in the it's funny, I was telling them about this. The in the TBR packaging now, it says do not dyno tune with the carbon fiber cap on because it will melt. Without proper cooling. So you're supposed to take that out to dyno tune it. I told my dyno tune guy, and dude, his trailer is so ridiculous. He can simulate just under 100-mile-per-hour wind in his trailer. So he's like, that thing's not going to melt. I guarantee it. Because he runs cool. heavy air into his. Yeah, I think he did mine at like 60, 70, something like that.
Shut up, dog.
So Gary asks, what's the advantage to higher bars on touring model? Looks, eliminate shoulder or wrist pain. I'm 5'9". What would I gain with higher bars? So I think the shortest person on the panel is 6'2". So us going with taller bars is kind of a
way short,
unnecessary thing.
How tall are you, John?
I'm a solid 5'12". Right there at 6 feet. Right there. Like, what shoes am I wearing? You know? But I just want to clear that up. You go ahead with what you're saying about the bars.
I always thought maybe because Justin slouched down, I thought you and him were close to the same height. Interesting. So. Anyways, we
were breaking world records. So we were walking tall.
Yeah.
You know, freaking crushing record.
So I'm 6'3". I run taller bars just because it gives me a better angle and kind of I like my arms being a little bit more stretched out.
If your bars are high, if your bars are comfortable, then you feel comfortable controlling that bike. That's really what it comes down to. So if your bars are too low, like on the stock road glides, not the limited, the bars are an inch or two lower. and I'm not comfortable with them. Like obviously I can still ride it, but raising them up, even just from the regular Road Glide to the Limited, that change is drastic enough that it makes me more comfortable to control that motorcycle.
Yeah, because you're able to go lock to lock without crushing your knee, aren't you?
Yeah.
On your new one?
Yeah.
Whereas on the regular Road Glide, you couldn't even get the bar end past
No,
you.
my knees are in the way. Yeah.
Yeah. I always compare it to driving your car or truck or whatever. So hop in your truck, cruising, arms straight out in front of you, top of the steering wheel. Nobody rides around at the bottom of the steering wheel. Like that's ridiculous.
It's sitting in traffic.
Yeah, maybe. But you hop on your most of your stock bikes and suddenly your hands are way down low, like in your lap. Well, that's not how you ride anything else. Everything else you're straight out, stretched. So
Justin, your thoughts?
On a touring bike, it's strictly just a comfort thing. I don't really notice much performance gain. I mean, there definitely is some, but it's not huge like it is on like if you go from like the stock fat mop bars to the bars I put on mine, it's a drastic change. But for touring bikes, it's simply just comfort. Like you said, no one drives with a steering wheel down here. You want them about eye level. That's where you sit in a car. That's the most comfortable position. I love how someone is asking Hasso if his Street Glide is lowered. Oh, man.
Well, Hasso did. This is Hasso's comment. He did open the door.
Oh, man.
I am 5'7" 3/4 inch, and 10-inch bars work well for me. My torso is longer than my legs. The biggest advantage for me is the greater amount of leverage it gives me with handling my Street Glide.
At 3/4.
Yeah, I'll leave his alone and everything, but I think in my own Carlini video when I installed the bars on my Heritage, I mentioned handlebars are one of my favorite upgrades because it hits aesthetics and performance. And man, I had so many people so mad at me because like, how do handlebars affect performance? Well,
really?
Like, I didn't realize I needed to stop and explain that to anyone at all. But man, there were hundreds of comments, not hundreds. There were a lot of comments about.
Well, you're
that was stupid.
You're changing the geometry of everything. I mean,
it is so much easier when you've got 12 or 14 inches of leverage to push those bars back and forth.
Someone needs to go back to science class.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, Hasso, you can take that 3/4 of an inch and shove it up your ass.
Oh, we're getting Brad in on this?
My back is normal height. My back is normal height. But I have a low profile seat.
Brad's not jumping in tonight
awesome.
Because he's watching a movie with someone.
Yeah, but you said shove that 3/4 inches up his ass, so I just assumed you were referring to Brad's penis.
Oh.
Man.
That's what happens when you don't show up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, we've gone a lot longer than I expected. I do appreciate the audience coming in and checking us out and hanging out with us. Good questions. Any closing statements, John?
I don't think so.
A lot of good questions.
Cool.
We probably missed some questions too. There were really good ones, and we probably missed them. And I'm sorry, they're streaming in pretty good there for a little bit.
Yeah. So next week, doing the same thing. Maybe another guest, John. If you want, and we can't get anyone booked, if you want to be a permanent co-host,
Here's for you guys. Let's do it.
God.
Oh man.
I mean, we'd be getting close to the 5. We'd have to find a 6th one.
Oh,
And
you
we
want
could be the
to one
6
up them?
dirty bikers. Oh,
Yeah.
well, if you're gonna
The
do
6 filthy bikers. Gotta be better than dirty,
I mean, I'd be 6 sexy bikers
Oh.
is what I would shoot for.
Well, then we'd have to start from scratch then.
Yeah, you can fire the whole crew.
I'd bring a lot of sexy to the table.
I want that as
because
my
you're blind to
ringtone.
it.
I'll bring a lot of sexy to the table.
It's your Tex-Mex's notification.
New shirt design.
You got a suggestion
that's
for
happening.
you got a suggestion for Shade Tree for a live? That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Yes,
Y'all need to hit him up.
we know he's not working.
Damn.
Damn.
I mean, hey, I
don't
watch
know,
his
he's
channel.
probably-
I know he's not working.
Yeah.
He's probably rolling in
I
that ad revenue he got from that crash video, man. He
Oh,
got
I
paid
see
for that.
everywhere.
He lost
know he
out
got
on
that.
some of that too, though, man. Everybody's got that video.
Yep.
He should have Shade Tree Surgeon watermarked the shit out of that thing right over the
Licensed it up real quick.
That car should have been rolling around with the Shade Tree logo on
Just his face rolling up the car.
If you like the original
his
content.
dirty gold smile just twisting. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
we got a closing argument.
Oh yeah, what's the closing argument?
Oh. Do we need...
Yeah,
Okay,
didn't
Mr.
fucking have one.
Maxwell. What would be a good closing argument?
At what page on the forum discussions do you read until you give up on finding a solution to the problem? Because that's what I've been doing the last 30 minutes. I'm on page 6.
That is awesome. Really good.
So where do you stop on Google?
You got the 6
Wait,
before
wait,
you're
wait.
like, oh, this is bullshit.
I'm on
Which
page 6
forum?
of the ktmtalk.com. I found a guy that's describing the exact same freaking issue that I'm having, and I'm on page 6, and he sold the bike and got a Yamaha.
What happened? You get to the very back of it, and it's like, oh, fuck, you never replied. With
He's
that.
like, no, I traded in for a WR250. I don't have this bike anymore. Thanks for the help, guys.
Problem
So-
solved.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have that
all
problem
that
anymore.
shit you talk to Roadblock about buying a new bike sounds like you're about to buy a new bike.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. That thing is brand new. That's what pisses me off the most.
Yeah.
It's got 14 hours on it, and it's
I
already
think
gone through
what's
2
weird to me
batteries.
is what I don't understand is Harleys are the only bikes that have problems. I don't understand how your KTM is having any problems because every other
Oh.
manufacturer is perfect.
It's perfect.
And
That's a funny
Yeah.
thing, because what I've learned is like KTMs are like the Harleys of the dirt bikes. Like people constantly talk shit about how unreliable they
Yeah.
are.
nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
fuck.
I guess I've learned my lesson on this one. Huh? That's what crazy is. Like everything else about the bike is fucking phenomenal. I mean, it's worlds better, but it's killed 2 batteries in 14 hours. Like that's
So it's
unacceptable.
literally the Harley of dirt bikes then.
Yep.
Better than
Everything else
everything when you can keep it running. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Greg
shit.
Hall just wanted to say I watch everyone here. Because of y'all, I'm getting my first bike.
Fuck yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
That
Hell
is
yeah.
awesome.
Well, what are you getting,
I think
Greg? Fucking,
Primary
Yeah. What's
reason
the plan?
we do this.
you going for the gold wing? You going to get the shadow like everyone starts with? You gonna go fucking big?
Honda Monkey.
They get the yeah.
ATM. He's
Now
getting
the fucking
ATM.
Honda Monkey that we saw at
Pushing
IMS, and
around.
they're fucking nearly doing 100 miles an hour on those bitches.
Bro, there's a guy that takes him out to the races, and he's got little like knobbies on him. Those things are freaking fun, man. He'll sit there and just do wheelies through the pits and take it through the trails and everything. They're pretty badass.
Hell yeah.
Which one are we talking about? The monkey?
The Honda
Yeah.
Monkey. So when
Yeah.
we were at IMS, I ran into a father and son, and they had done like a stage 1 kit on both their monkeys. And so normally you can only do like 45 miles an hour. They were already up in the 70 and 80 mile an hour range and they were getting ready to do cams and shit so they could get over 100. I couldn't imagine doing 100 miles an hour on a monkey.
Yeah, a bike that size, like, so I've got one of those little electric mini bikes. The wheel is 12 and a half inches. It goes like 30 miles an hour down a hill with my fat ass on it. You have any idea how fast 30 miles an hour feels?
Yes.
On 12 and a half inch wheel. Like, I cannot imagine doing 100 miles an hour on a monkey. Like, I mean, I want to. I want to really bad. But
Yeah.
yeah, if I had some folks here that would buy Groms with me and we could have a Grom squad, I would do it. I rode with some of the Blockhead crew in Orlando.
Fuck Blockhead.
God.
John Boyce just said get Blockhead on here also. Fuck Blockhead.
I didn't realize you weren't a fan, Uncle Ken.
Fuck him.
I didn't mean to get you all riled up.
Bitchin' ass motherfucker. Well, yeah, let's get him on here. I'm going to fucking roast his ass.
Jesus.
I was more talking about Groms than Blockhead, actually.
Let's talk about Groms. I like Groms.
Clear that up. Because otherwise I have no experience. But the problem with mini bikes is if you don't have a friend with you to also look like an idiot on a mini bike, you're just an idiot on a mini bike.
Yeah, they're not fun.
But
in numbers,
you need a fat guy. You need at least one fat guy on a mini bike. Yeah,
it's true. That way you can actually win the race.
Right? That downhill momentum.
To answer the question, what Greg was getting is kind of following in Bike and Bird's footsteps, getting a 883.
Actually, his comment says, no, I'm look at the Bike and Bird of Bike 883.
I paraphrased.
Sorry.
Well, he's saying no to that damn Goldwing that Uncle Ken suggested.
Goldwing. It's a great bike.
Yeah.
Lots of accessories. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Fuck Dan the Fireman. I don't need a goddamn therapist.
Oh,
I've already been.
Welcome to the show, John.
Yeah. Oh man.
Hey, this is what we don't.
Hey, on account of the fact that Uncle Ken hates everybody on the internet, I'm really glad y'all actually invited me.
I'm your biggest fan, John. Like I'm your biggest fan, man.
Thanks buddy. Man.
You didn't realize how exclusive of a club that was, huh?
Yeah,
exclusive.
I didn't realize that he's my biggest fan, and I'm also the only person he likes.
I mean, hey,
you're the only one he's a fan of.
You're winning.
Yeah. It's honored. Jesus. Oh.
He's like, I can't fucking talk to this guy anymore.
I'm curious. I still want to know the closing argument because we're up to page 6 for Bike and Bird.
Yeah.
The forums are the depth of my being because everyone that I talk to is already an expert. So I'm very curious as to what page of the forums you quit reading.
I saw several.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah,
but I think a consensus around, 3.
Yeah,
I
usually spread around 2 or 3, but he had me sucked in on that one.
Yeah, he suckered you into buying a new bike, didn't he?
Because man, they had commercial electricians hopping on there and telling them which wires to touch to where and what it was reading, and man, I thought I was on it.
Yeah, you thought you were on a forum page where people knew what they were talking about because they started with "I'm a commercial engineer," and
yeah.
Yep.
My favorite is when someone posts some really dumb misleading statistics on Facebook. I love, oh man, it gets my knob so hard just getting in there and saying, as a professional data analyst, and then I'll go into explain why their post is bullshit. Oh man. Now I see I feel like that's the high that the Karens get when they ask for the regional manager. I will forever chase that high.
You get excited. You get to pull out that fuck hammer and just start smashing shit.
Yep.
Pay attention to me.
I know more than you do.
See? Go all fucking Ron Swanson on them.
Yep.
So I kind of like where Armando's going with this. Welcome to the new show. Fuck that guy, hosted by Uncle Ken. You know,
That could be a fun
could be
segment.
a thing.
Like just one random guy that he sees on Facebook. Like we'll just call out like this was found on the Road Glides owner group on April 27th. Like that's completely legal just to put his fucking name and picture. We can like screenshot the comment and be like, fuck this guy, and be like, why do we fuck this guy? And then go into the explanation of what that guy did to get a big fuck that guy.
At the very least, a new segment to the Between Two Wheels podcast. For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like the Family Guy, Peter Griffin. You know what grinds my gears?
Yeah,
exactly what I pictured.
This guy right here wanted to know what size fucking handlebars he could put on his bike without fucking changing the cables.
What's the best oil for my Harley?
What tires should I use? These fucking Goodyears are shit. Oh fuck! That made me cry, guys. I love you.
All right. So, did anyone come up with a closing argument?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I thought we had one. Do we need a new one?
Yeah. No. Okay, that was it.
Oh man.
I'm good. I'm good for half a page of the forums.
Half a page.
Half a
page. Not even all the way to the bottom.
Nah. It's like Google search, you know, like once you've hit like 6 of them, you're like, oh, this isn't even what I'm looking for.
If I reach the bottom of Google, I'm not finding the answer.
That's where I'm at forums. Like,
if I get to the bottom of Google, my keywords were wrong. That's my fault.
Yeah, if I'm making
Ours are 28 pages. What the fuck is going on? Only
Dude,
the first 3 were useful.
Gotta change this up.
One funny story before we cut it off on that topic. So one of my close friends at work, he was in charge of developing the new knowledge management system for my place of location. So basically they're taking all the policies and procedures and steps and how-tos and making basically their own little Google. Well, the way that their program is built is that it uses natural language. So you can't type in like best oil Harley 2015. You'd have to type out what is the best oil for a 2015 Harley Davidson motorcycle, which it sounds so dumb, but we have such a large gap in our workforce that like the people that were like 45 and up freaking loved it. They had like zero issues with it because they're like, I can get everything the very first time.
Wow.
And all the millennials were like, I can't find a goddamn thing.
Wow. That's a generation gap right there. That's
it was so funny sitting in on those meetings and just seeing like the difference in opinions and like who was saying what. It was so hilarious. You'd get a comment like very hard to use, can't find anything. I'm like, let me guess, 26. And be like, 28. Ah, damn.
Damn, that is absolutely, that just absolutely shows the generational gap.
Yep. Having to use natural language in a search engine, it was not working with the younger folks.
No, I mean, now that I think about it, that would kill me because I type in just keywords. I don't even type full sentences.
Yep. Wet midget bananas. Agape.
What banana? What? What up, wet banana?
Oh, speaking of wet midgets. Sorry, I had to.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh man, that was a good night, guys.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on these forums and see if I can find anything else.
All right, when you get to page 20, just stop.
This only has 3, so it'll be a quick pump and dump.
Like your mom.
Hey, there it is.
There it is. Well, for all the people who showed up, thank you. Thank you for sticking around this long. Justin, good luck on your search. John, thank you again for coming through for us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
It's always a good time.
All right.
Yeah, we're looking for y'all need to run to Georgia next time. I went to Texas last time. You had to come here.
I'm okay with
true.
that.
Thanks for helping my argument, Justin.
Yeah, last 2 times.
We'll come to the tail of the dragon.
My trailer.
There you go. All
My
right,
trailer
tell the
carries
dragon.
2 baggers.
Ho, ho, ho.
Wow.
Weird flex.
Yeah. So does that mean you're in, Roadblock? Like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My trailer could fit 2 baggers, and I've got lots of vacation.
So you're also going to bring a friend? Is that what you mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
So you're going to leave your razor at home?
And on that note,
Please let us end it there.